back 6 months ago, back in March of 2025. Well, this year, of course, but back earlier this year, when on Facebook of all places, but it was leaked that the International Football Alliance was gonna fold, and that there were 4 teams remaining, and that teams were leaving the International Football Alliance to join the COFL, Continental Football League. This is where this new league kicks off. Now, the COFL originates back from 1957 and 1960 after they played 4 seasons and folded, come back 57 years later. But in a conversation I'd had with teams in the Alabama Beavers, people, because this was right before all the stuff that the Beavers had done got made public. The Beavers, of course, filed from the IFA to join the COFL back in March. Stay with me. It's going to get a little interesting. Biggest picture that I had taken away from everything was the Caballeros, the Ohio Valley Ironmen. Those were 2 teams that were willing to go play in there. The Tornadoes want to stay in the IFA, but I don't know what happened there. We don't know what the Pioneers. And they had other teams in the market. There are other teams that are going to play. Now, when I was doing my digging on the COFL, the biggest thing is, of course, there were teams in Canada, teams US, Mexico, all playing in one conference. But I had discovered that this league was going to play nearly 6 months ago. I discovered this one 6 months ago, and now I'm doing a lot of digging, a lot of research myself to find out, is this league even going to play? Now, hop on the IFA side of things, okay? The International Football Alliance is supposed to kick off, May 31st. Tampa Bay Tornadoes take on the Alabama Beavers like everybody expects. Like it's been announced. Does not happen. The game does not happen. It would never end up happening, to be honest. And the Beavers, their owner, like Mr. Richardson, whatever the hell his name is, he gets a lot of accusations for fraud, a lot of accusations for this, and that. That may or may not be true. A lot of things that may or may not be true. He's not criminal. Like we don't know what's going on there. They're supposed to be playing the PIFL, the Professional Independent Football League. That's not happening. The Tornadoes filed to join that AF1 and didn't end up happening. Did not happen. Now, when I first heard of the COFL, people inside Alabama were like, yep, they told me their expansion plan from start to finish, what they wanted and what the COFL plan was to do. It's literally to replace the International Football Alliance, and to literally this is set. This has been in the works for such a long time. So when I first heard the news break on X today that the Continental Football League will play, I was like, oh, like this is actually happening for real. This wasn't like some idea, some blah blah blah. This is like actually happening for real. Now my biggest thing is, where's everything coming from? I had not been aware. I had not known the situation. I don't know what's going on here or there. So what's actually going on? What's actually going to happen? Are they going to have a draft? Are teams going to come prepared? So the Ohio Valley Ironmen as well, they were a team that wanted to be named in the International Football Alliance that had left, that was going to be in the COFL. So was San Antonio Caballeros. So they ceased operations for 2026, or 2025, my bad. When they ceased operations for 2025, where are they going now? That's a huge one. That's a landscape changer. A big landscape changer. Now we flash forward to today when the league gets announced. More news to come next week. The Huntsville Astros, they're playing the NXFL. Whatever the hell that stands for. I don't know what that stands for. We'll find out, okay? This next football league, I don't know. And then it's a situation that makes you think. It really makes you think. The IFA is also announced their game in Dallas. Their championship game in Dallas at the Cowboys facility or whatever the hell that shit is like. At some point, it doesn't fucking make sense anymore. Just fold the league. You're not going to make anything work. To where a team of semi-professional football players can beat a team of NFL lower tier players. And they'll do it again. They'll do it again on the 13th. Mark my words. It's true. It's just the truth. But with the CFL, the Continental Football League, it had been around so long when the first United Football League had ended. Now the biggest curiosity is, where's everything going? Where is this whole league landscape going to even land? More to dive into, because I'm really going to talk about this, and we're really going to heavily get. First, we need to understand where the league starts, championships. Notable players, I guess, if you want to know. The Wheeling Miners actually were, that last Ohio Valley Ironman were in the NXFL or the Contentional Football League, not the NXFL. What the hell's wrong with me? They were in the Contentional Football League. They had played in the Conventional Football League, and they will most likely definitely do so. Of course, when this had happened with the COFL coming out to create the league had lasted from 1965 to 1969, and not 1967 to 1971. It didn't. That's not long as that's not as long as it lasted. But when this thing had originally, like, the talks were about the league were coming back, I reached out to some people who played for the Caballeros, who played for the teams that were going to this league, and the one thing they told me was, yeah, it's been in the works for a minute. So this has clearly been a thing for the works in the minutes. But if you were not aware of what the COFL was, let me catch the date, okay? So February 1965 is when the league had been formed. It disbanded from 1970. There's no exact date, but the first game was August 14th in 1965, and the last game was December 13th in 1969. After playing 5 seasons with a bunch of states and provinces, very limited attendance, the league had closed. The league had folded, having up to, I'm reading through it right now, like 100 teams. There were like a lot of teams, having the Ohio Valley Ironmen, the Norfolk Neptune, Newark Neptunes, the Montreal Bears, having an overall general of a lot of teams. The one thing that I really don't understand is, why would they have so many teams back then? But come to today, the 3rd of September. This episode will be on the 4th, so come to tomorrow. Come to yesterday. A post happened on X that shook up a lot of people. Only 74 followers at the time, but the Continental Football League is back. Forged in tradition, built for the future, professional summer football returns in 2026. Next week, we reveal the major steps in this journey. Follow along as we bring pro caliber football to new cities, new players, and new fans. One post. That's it. And then the league, summer of 2026. What's most interesting is I had reached out to a lot of people about what the COFL is, and it's giving a lot. Finally, am I predicting teams for the league? I'm assuming they're moving with 4, since the IFA is moving with 4, with their Arkansas team, their Texas team, and their surprise Mexico team. I predict that the COFL merges with the NXFTFL, or whatever the hell that league is called, and then the COFL has the, like, Huntsville Astros, the Ohio Valley Ironmen, the San Antonio Caballero comeback, that, like, team in West Virginia is formed. That's not the Wheeling Miners. And then team in Toledo, that Toledo team that was supposed to be in the IFA, is also in the league. So those are my predictions for now. Other than that, this is a little spring episode. I know I'm making a lot of NFL content. It's not good. I'll be dead honest. It's not good. But we have more. We have more coming along, especially with the COFL and all the news they release. I will be covering, giving it an in-depth, because nobody else is covering it. Hell not.